Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, June 18, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. This morning, you're going to see the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading flat on the session at 1941.5 per contract. So they are unchanged at the moment. You could see overnight they were a little bit higher, but have come down a little bit. So they're basically flat at the moment. So we'll see how this market trades out today. But today you do have the all-important FOMC meeting, the Federal Reserve, the Federal Open Market Committee meeting. Federal Reserve will make their interest rate policy decision. Basically what they're going to do is say whether or not they're going to taper. Not going to do anything with interest rates. Will they taper another $10 billion and bring their quantitative easing program down to $35 billion a month? Currently it sits at $45 billion a month. So we'll see how that all shakes out and plays out. But that will take place this afternoon, I believe, at 2 o'clock. So again, all eyes are going to be on the Fed, and we'll see how that plays out. Generally, the market will normally hold up pretty well with the Fed announcement. So I don't think we're going to see anything one way or the other all that big in the major indexes. I think right now everybody's waiting to see exactly what the Federal Reserve does, and that could move bond yields. It could move the currency, the U.S. dollar index. It could move the euro. Could you move the dollar yen? So again, it could have a lot of different parts moving around after that announcement is made. So let's sit tight and we'll see how it plays out. But there are some stocks in the news. Let's go to them. First one, we're going to start off with FedEx. FedEx is jumping a little bit higher. The stock closed at $140.31. I believe FedEx reported earnings today that were better than expected. I think they beat profit. They beat estimates by 10 cents. So again, a decent little pop for FedEx. Looking at the chart though, the stock right now is trading at $145. A level of resistance that I have is around 150, 149.75. I don't know if it even gets up there, but should it get up there, watch for resistance on FedEx around that level. But other than that, I don't really see many problems with the stock today. It's holding up pretty well. It is starting to fade a little bit in the pre-market, but like I said, $149.50, $150 a share is probably the big resistance level at the moment. Now, in sympathy to FedEx, you could see some action today in UPS. You could see UPS closed at 101.61. It's now trading at 102.64. Did trade above 103.50. So again, keep this on the radar today. UPS could be in store for a little bit of a pop today, just on the sympathy play that FedEx is up. All right, let's take a look at Adobe Systems. ADBE is the ticker symbol here. Stock reported earnings after the closing bell yesterday. Closed at $67.54. Currently trading at $73.26. This is a new multi-year high for Adobe, if not an all-time high. So great move, but I really have a hard time seeing much upside from here. Be very, very, very careful. If you own it, I would trail the stop immediately. If you don't own it, I would not buy it. Because of it being a new all-time high, I do not have a scalp level on the short side. But I will be watching this one for pattern today once the market opens at 9:30 to see if it gives me any kind of a shorting pattern. But I don't really see much upside for Adobe at all at this stage of the game. Let's take a look at Lazy Boy. LZB is ticker symbol. I will have a gap play for this one. Currently, the stock is trading at $22.15. It closed yesterday at $24.84. So I will have some gap levels for this. We'll look to play this on a bounce, but again, it has a little lower to go in my book before we could play it. So either way, the stock right now hitting a little bit of support down here, but nonetheless, we do have some levels for Lazy Boy, and we'll see if that does get down there. Amazon is in the news today. It looks like they are coming out with their own cell phone. I think this is not good news, but nonetheless, stock is up a little bit. Closed at $325.62. It's trading at $327. I just can't see how this is a positive at all. So, nonetheless, it is what it is. We'll see how it plays out. Again, still a ton of resistance at 334 if it trades up there. I don't even know if it gets there. I don't expect it to. I just can't see Amazon, this news being a positive, that they're coming out with their own cell phone. And the market's just so saturated right? I just don't understand how that's a positive. But either way, the stock is up $1. I almost would like to short it here, but we'll watch the chart once the market opens. CAG, let's take a look at Conagra Foods. This stock's getting spanked today. Closed at $32.85, now trading at $31.15. Did trade as low as $30.50. I do have gap levels for this one. So again, come on over to the chat room. They'll be posted up in a little while. We will have some gap levels for Conagra. Let's take a look at DGP, which is not, oh, that's not it. I think it's GDP. Okay, GDP, which is Goodrich, I believe. The stock right now is trading at $26.92. It closed at $28.71, so decent little move lower. I'm going to have some gap levels for this one as well. They'll be posted up in the chat room today also. But right now, first glance, the stock should trade low. That's a pretty nice little daily chart bearish pattern. So that one is coming down, and we'll see where that goes. Let's take a look at the gold market today. You do have gold futures trading higher by 40 cents. Gold right now is at $1,272.40 an ounce. Let's go to the GLD, which is a good way of trading gold. What you'll see here is that this is trading at $122.28, basically right where it closed. It did have a little uptick earlier, but this will be volatile today after the Fed announcement. So generally, here's how it works. If the dollar yen, and I know most people say, well, why not the dollar? But if the dollar yen moves higher, gold will generally move lower. If the dollar yen moves lower, gold will generally move higher. So keep an eye on that today. Right now, we are seeing a weaker dollar yen at the moment. It's not incredibly weak, but it's down about 6 or 7 cents. So you can see it's starting to come down. If dollar yen plunges, you'd also watch for the stock market to plunge too. But I don't see that happening just yet. Let's take a look at the oil market. Oil has been very, very volatile lately with all the geopolitical events, especially the events that are taking place in Iran. Today, oil is up again by 17 cents to $106.04 a barrel. Again, the market don't seem that frazzled over the Iran situation yet, but believe it or not, oil can trade higher. Here's the USO. This is a good way to trade light sweet crude. Right now, trading at $39.15. I have upside levels to around $39.75, $39.80. So, oil, even though it has pulled back a little bit over the last couple of days, it can go up and make new highs. So just be prepared for that. And anytime you get fighting or any oil region, the big institutional money crowd, they'll just buy oil futures just for the heck of it because they know there's that political risk involved. So again, I don't think there's much you could do with the oil market, but we'll see how it plays out. So just a quick recap, everyone. Today, this afternoon, we have the Federal Reserve coming out with their statement. We'll see what they say. I believe Janet Yellen is going to hold a press conference as well. So watch for that as well. There will be a press conference there with Janet Yellen. I believe that's going to be at 2:30. The statement will be made at 2 o'clock, so expect volatility after the statement is made, and then she'll host a press conference at 2:30. Usually lasts about an hour, and we'll see how the market plays out going forward. All right. So with that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. I hope you all have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.